Okay, so welcome back everybody. You're watching the Gigabyte Dota Masters Tournament. My name is Triumph. Casting with me is Gods from Absolute Legends, and tonight we're watching SpaceMonkeys on the Radiant side take on MSI-EvoGT, their second match for the night. And they are up on the Dire, of course, not faring too well against Stars Boba, but we'll see what they can do here. Straight up though, Gods, we've got the bands coming out. Again, Darkseer and Shadow Demon. Of course, Darkseer very, very popular these days.
Yeah, we've seen Darkseer in so many games recently, and it is one of those heroes in that side lane solo who you can't really gank, and if he's in a 1v1 matchup, he always farms well. There aren't really any heroes you can beat the Darkseer with. There's heroes that can do alright, but overall, it's just not a hero.
I kind of want to see him go up against Doom, and then watch Doom eat his creep. Every time he tries to put Iron Shell on creep, just eat it, dude. Mine.
Doom has the Devour has a long cooldown, though.
It's true. It would just make him burn a lot more mana, though, but I just want to see it tried. See what happens.
It's still a 1v1 matchup with a melee versus melee here, so Darkseer can just rely on his normal attack to last it maybe, or he can Iron Shell himself.
Yeah, true, good point.
So something you'll often see Darkseer doing once he gets up that Soul Ring, Stout Shield, and maybe a Ring of Health is he'll just Iron Shell himself and then creep skip past the tower to pressure the tower to get some damage done to the tower. So I don't think Doom will do all that well against him. But we're going to see some more bans come out. Enchantress Invoker. Chen is still in the pool, and the Lycan and Prophet being banned as well. Wondering if we will see this team pick up a Chen. Not a hero that we've seen these Asian teams using all that often, so maybe it's going to pass on as they do go for the Windrunner.
Yeah, well, Windrunner, I'm actually surprised she didn't get banned the last game, nor picked. She was just completely left out of the pool. Of course, a great hero, but obviously she's not on the level of, like, you know, must insta-pick or insta-ban this hero, such as Lycan generally gets picked up or banned just about every single match, and Chen manages to sneak through. So you're telling me none of these Asian teams are really well known for using Chen? They just don't really want to pull out that kind of micro, or just doesn't fit
all
their
that
game
much.
style?
I mean, MSI are a team who we know is really seen in Dota 2. In Dota 1, they didn't pick up Chen all that much. I mean, as far as Southeast Asia goes, Mineski sometimes use it, but these teams don't really favor it that much. They will go for the anti-mage there, so that's going to be their big hard carry, and with a Chen, he's going to have a lot of support, some nice heals. So immediately we see SpaceMonkeys picking up the Earthshaker and Leshrac, looking for some strong lanes, some strong aggression, maybe to help gank the anti-mage and push down towers.
Yeah, I think so. That's looking pretty damn dangerous at the moment. Windrunner, Earthshaker, and Leshrac. Lots of nasty stuns, lots of nasty nukes. Just waiting to see what they complement that with. I think they could probably do with a I mean, I'm guessing they might pick up something like Crystal Maiden to go with the Earthshaker, and then grab another solo, maybe something like anything to solo mid. Maybe something like, well, Rasta's been taken right now. Actually, I think Rasta is a very solid pick. If anything's going to slow him down a bit, it's the amount of damage and lockdown that Rasta can provide. But Enigma, the next ban. So I won't be seeing him take any kind of solo. In fact, he's a pretty annoying solo, actually. Really good pusher as well. Can just tear down. He's one of those heroes you just can't really afford to leave him alone all that much, because these Eidolons will make short work of a tower if you leave him alone for too long. Yeah,
and with the Chen, the Shadow Shaman, I mean, the Dire team, it looks like, I mean, hey, they've got like what could be a pushing lineup, and they've got the Anti-Mage in there as well, so it's going to be pretty much 4 heroes looking to pressure, push down towers while Anti-Mage farms. And if Anti-Mage wants, he can help with that push. If he goes for maybe a quick Vanguard, Treads, and a Vlads, he can actually contribute to those fights and to that pushing with the Vlad's aura. Not to mention he's very tanky and hard to kill. He can act as a sort of a tank. With the Spell Shield, Vanguard, he can just be in the front line. So I'd really like to see Anti-Mage built that way, although he may decide to still go for the more farm-oriented build with a Battle Fury. As both teams are going to go through their last couple of bans here. The Radiant team sort of yet to pick up any sort of carry. They've got the Leshrac, and it'll be interesting if they go for a hard carry at all.
Indeed, we will see. I was just about... Actually, that's right. And I'm just saying, actually, something they will need to watch out for. Just because Leshrac burns so much mana in that mid-game, he does often end up empty. He's pretty much a walking time bomb for Anti-Mage, just to skulk around and drop that ult, and they really will need to be careful of that. Also, Vengeful Spirit being banned, Slardar being banned as well. I don't know, I'm not feeling that Slardar ban. I mean, he's a decent hero, just don't see him banned enough. I don't think he's really going to cause all that much trouble. Then again, I suppose the negative armor with it can really hurt, but I just don't think he was really a necessary ban there. But what about you, Gods?
I think partly the Slardar ban comes as a result because the amplified damage can hurt the Anti-Mage a lot, but if they are going to look to push, then it's not really a threat. They're going to go with the Lich, so maybe you're going to focus on having those strong lanes, put the Lich with the Anti-Mage, Shadow Shaman can go mid, and they'll pick up some sort of side lane solo, although there aren't all that many left in the pool. Interestingly, the Broodmother they banned themselves, that's what common side lane solo. The Enigma's been banned, Darkseer out of the pool, Windrunner's taken. They may be going to go for something like a Puck here, but their side lane solo is not going to be their first choice.
I mean, they could even, we've seen this before, like, they grab the Rasta, but they don't send him mid, because in this case, I mean, Lich and Anti-Mage is almost like, it's a very common suspect for a dual mid. They might even send the Rasta in the solo long lane. Hope he gets thrown up against the Suicide solo. Obviously, Windrunner, common Suicide solo. Hoping he goes at a 1v1 with her. He's got a pretty good chance of holding his own in that. And then he'll have Shen in the jungle, ready to jump out and support him if he wants. And if he gets a fast 6, they could really just tear down the towers very, very quickly. So, like you said though, there is something they do need to watch. I mean, yeah, the last, if they don't really have a Suicide solo though at the moment, that could hurt them. Puck, like you said, whoa. Ricky, that's out of nowhere, that.
Yeah.
Are they still in? Was that a random? No?
No, that was a pick. I mean, they're going to run that as sort of their main farmer and use that, help them maybe use that to gank and lock down the anti-mage. We saw AL try this and it ended pretty disastrously because of how weak their lanes were, but I think SM SpaceMonkeys have actually got some decent laning heroes. They've got the CM Earthshaker support. They've got a Leshrac who I think will be soloing middle lane, Winner solo the side lane, and all in all, that's a solid lineup. We're going to see Lion as a last pick. That's going to be the last solo here for MSI. I'm not quite sure exactly how they're going to lane this.
That is. I don't know about those lanes. They look
Lich,
rough.
No, I think Lich is actually going to solo that bottom lane. He's going to be using the Dark Ritual to be a side lane solo. This is something that was extremely popular a long time ago, and this was back when Lich was like a banned hero because teams would just run it as that side lane solo because of the Dark Ritual. It fell out of favor because of how teams would just push his lane because of the Dark Ritual, but I think we're going to see Lich solo and then the Lion supporting the Anti-Mage. That would be my guess here, but they still could, simply because none of these other heroes can actually solo that hard lane at bottom unless they want to run a Lich Anti-Mage dual lane at bottom, but that's still going to struggle against the tri lane.
Well, no, that assessment, I mean, I agree. That's the only way I can make sense of this lineup at the moment. The Lion was definitely a slightly weird pick. Not dead sure. I'm really not in love with the Lion as a hard support, but we'll see how it turns out for him, just because he generally winds up he suffers a little bit on the levels there, and he is one of those heroes who does need to get his stuns up and running, or levels in his stuns, just because they're not fantastic at low levels. 1 second stun and then I think 1.75 second hex. No damage off that. Not exactly fantastic. But
yeah, but that's partly why they're running him with his dual lane. They've got the Chen in jungle, so Lion will actually level up a bit quicker, and if he can get some ganks using that Chen, or even he can even go smoke with the Chen, look for help set up a gank for the Chen. Even though it's a short stun and hex, it's still enough to set up a Centaur stun, an Ursa clap, and could be what they need to maybe get some ganks for the Chen. We're going to see Windrunner at top. Is this going to be dual lanes? It looks like ES is thinking about coming top as well with the Windrunner.
Crystal Maiden ready with the counter wards at the moment. I'm not sure if that ward actually blocks us. We'll find out in a second. Meanwhile, Earthshaker, they found a DD at top. Will they try and save that middle? Will they take it top with them? Looks like they might just hold on it for a little while. No, there we go. They will be taking it top. They will be taking that top, and they could be able to cause a fair amount of havoc with that. Just because, obviously, Lion, not the tankiest hero. Anti-Mage doesn't like getting smacked in the face by DD either, so he's going to just mess with his first couple of creep waves, I think. Because they don't have... Well, actually, they might do. Earthshaker is still hanging around mid. Might be going for an early fissure block in mid, I'm not sure. Rasta hasn't saved for a bottle. Leshrac has gone, but he has actually canted a bit of cash. Will be going for a fast bottle, I think. Earthshaker now. I heard the stun go. There's the Impale. And now Windrunner causing damage. She's actually got Windrunner, but decides not to dive after him, which I think is a smart choice, because she doesn't know how many opponents are up here at the moment. They haven't seen what's going on in the bottom lane. And you were completely correct, Gods. It is a Lich in this bottom lane. Look at this. He's just blocking, just sending one out to try and get it focused by all of the... Oh, no, he's going to eat it as well. Alright, never mind. They're just sending one out just to try and get it focused by, but never mind.
The problem is the CM has actually de-warded both wards at bottom, so now CM can use the creep pull, and also they've got the vision mid lane. Leshrac will go down, but he does get the first blood. Shadow Shaman going down with the ES gank, but Shadow Shaman's going to be happy that he got that kill because the ES did come out of nowhere, and now MSI find themselves playing blind with CM de-warding both wards. Lich going to have a bit of a harder time at bottom lane, but the CM plus Ricky doesn't have that much killing power, so Lich should be able to get fairly decent farming levels.
Just going to check the ping once again. Looking at MSI. Actually, they've got a few people. They're about 120-ish. There's only a couple of them. There's only a couple of them that's sitting about 350, and the only 400s there are people from Europe. Of course, the European casters, the French and the Russian casters. But no, there's only, I think, 2 there. They're the 360 plus. Most of them are relatively low, about 140. So that should be just fine. Meanwhile, Chen has got the counter wards ready if he does need them. Earthshaker hanging around top rune. Teammates, far out. I forgot to swap the overlays. I am terrible when it comes to this. I really need to get this. Really need to get this thing fixed. The starboard dodo. I want the starboard dodo to work. It just doesn't at the moment. We've got the Radiant. We have got SpaceMonkeys on the Radiant. Seems we're paused and not doing anything else anyway.
Oh yeah, perfect time to do all that. And Windrunner, aka the effing sick cunt. I feel like I dialed it down a bit there.
Dialed it back, yeah.
That's actually Clanton. For those of you who know Orange Esports, or used to play with Orange Esports.
Oh, okay.
Going under this name.
I guess he's got the
Yeah.
pedigree behind his name, you know, to make those calls.
Yeah, yeah. But did you? I checked out his Steam profile to see who it was, and the picture there was quite entertaining. I'm not gonna lie. It suits the name, man. Just check it out. Click his name. Go view Steam profile.
All right.
I don't mean to embarrass him in front of all 2,000 viewers, but when you have a name like that on live stream, where
what are we looking at?
we're trying to keep his stream,
I've gone through
his Steam profile.
I've got his Steam profile. Oh, we're looking at his hair, are we?
Oh, his hair. I think it really suits his name.
That is awesome. I'm going to throw it out. I like that.
No, it is pretty cool.
There we go.
Got the Asian little. Well, I don't know what is he actually shaved into his head. I'm not quite sure. But
maybe just patterns. I don't. Either way, it looks pretty sweet. And
all
we
right,
go.
teams are ready.
Getting back just in time, as they say, go, go, go. See, the Chinese people have managed to join the chat. It's SB playing. Stars Boba have already finished their match tonight. They have already finished playing against MSI. There we go. Stun down. The Impale goes down, but it's level 1, so it's doing absolutely nothing. Barely even annoys Windrunner. Goes straight back to harassing Anti-Mage. In fact, I'm pretty sure during that engagement that Lion actually took more damage than Windrunner did.
Yeah, Windrunner, great hero control there. Got like 2 or 3 hits off on the line, a couple on the Anti-Mage as well, and just really laning very, very well. ES is still lurking in mid. Shadow Shaman kind of knows what's going on, but the problem is Shadow Shaman wants to get in range, to get XP, to get some last hits, and ES is just not allowing that.
So Storm thrown in a vision. Did anything come from it? Negative. We'll manage to walk away. Pushed back under the tower. Of course, the downside is Earthshaker is not getting much for himself, but it is really messing with... I mean, he doesn't need to do this forever. Just sits there for a little while. Basically, he's just doing that to get the advantage for Leshrac. He'll probably break off and, yeah, come back to harassing top now. But now that Leshrac has a solid advantage, he's got that level over Raster. In fact, yeah, he's like a full level ahead, experience-wise as well. So now Earthshaker can roam around, put pressure elsewhere. In fact, now he's just sitting there. I think he's hoping he can get a hit off here on someone, but they're just doing a bit of counter warding there. I haven't spotted the Radiant Ward yet. Should find it in a second. Just checking bottom to see if anything's happening. Doesn't look like it. Up top though, Anti-Mage actually relatively low, down to about 250 health. They found that ward though. The block has been removed, so they'll be pulling in not too long. And Lion, I think, has actually shared the last of his tangos with Anti-Mage, who actually came into the lane with nothing pulled, with no regen at all. Did go straight for that poor man's shield.
Okay, and as it stands, Chen yet to get involved. He's going to be at top. Hasn't actually gone for what you normally see Chen's doing, which is getting that smoke so you can try and get those early ganks. And he's going to maybe try and come in top for a gank as they don't have that Observer Ward up anymore. But still, Chen not really getting all that many levels or ganks off. So top lane, in goes Fissure, but nothing really comes of it as Anti-Mage will manage to blink his way out. And yeah, I think SpaceMonkeys are doing a good job of shutting down the Anti-Mage. He's only up to 10 CS. I mean, all the MSI heroes are not farming all that well.
And Ricky actually gets a kill down, but I feel that I actually feel like Ricky is actually relatively dangerous when you against a solo hero like Lich. Lich is, you know, squishy, not that tough, can actually be brought down. And when you've got something like Crystal Maiden backing that Ricky up, because I mean, we saw with the AL game where they had the Ricky duel, it didn't work because it was Venomancer trying to back him up against 2 range heroes. But in this case, Lich has to be super defensive because he gets caught out of position. He's going to get jumped by the Chris Nova's going to get hit by Frostbite. Ricky's going to be all over him with backstab and smoke. As Leshrac also, again, they clean up the mid again. I don't think they even popped down a big Fissure block then. It was just basically the combined power of their nukes. And he has actually gone for, this is an interesting build, he's gone for 1 level in Lightning Storm. Maybe this is just to knock off Pulse or something, but he's gone for 3 in Edict and 2 in Split Earth. Don't normally see just the 1 in the Lightning Storm though.
Yeah, I'm a bit confused by that as well. It does do okay 80 damage, but that's not really all that much. And maybe he's only going to stay with 2 points in Split Earth. But yeah, for now, the stun not well timed at mid. He almost got a kill on the Shadow Shaman at mid. There's Shadow Shaman TPing in. The tower damage on top of Leshrac. Is there going to be enough damage? Does not look like it. Leshrac mistiming the stun. He tried to stun Shadow Shaman as he TP'd in. If he got the stun, I think Shadow Shaman was actually dead though.
I agree. Had he landed that stun, that line would have been so to DD and Edict burning away on him without that shackle to hold him off. Would have probably got that kill without question. Now up top, Windrunner still calls a drop. Anti-Mage has managed to pick up his Ring of Health though, so will be relatively resistant, considering it's only Windrunner. Up here annoying him, and ES has come back to the mid lane. He's rolling around here. Has got himself a few consumables as well as boots just to help him roam. Hasn't tried invading Chen's jungle. They don't really have the firepower to do that at the moment because Chris Main is pretty much full-time babysitting. It's a possible kill attempt in mid. Here comes the Fissure. Does manage to block him in. There's the Edict. Lightning as well. Is it level 1 still? It's still level 1 lightning. It's just not bothering to split out. I don't understand. It's just level 1 lightning. You know, I've got the chain stun, but I'm not going to use it. So it's different. It's different, but it's working. I'll throw that out there.
Yeah, and Lich at bottom lane, it's getting close at level 6, but he's still struggling. Has managed to pick up those boots. If he can get that level 6 soon, he'll be a bit safer because they'll have to be playing, the SA especially will have to be playing a bit more cautiously in that bottom lane. But, I mean, right now, SpaceMonkeys are the ones in control. They're shutting down the Anti-Mage farm. They're doing well at mid lane, getting a couple kills with the ES, and bottom lane, Ricky is farming away.
Shackled there on Anti-Mage. Will just cop a power shot to the face, but nothing serious. Nobody there. In fact, ES backed off to down here just to help take out Chen once again. Chen getting caught out. This Leshrac doing very, very well. Looks like he's, what is he up to on his farm? He's up to 29 and 9. He's actually doing pretty good. There's the Fissure block. Unfortunately, Edict on cooldown for 3 seconds. Can he land a Split Earth here, or will MSI manage to drop this? Oh, she does not bother. Just going to pop Edict. He's going to outrun him, apparently. Just going to run him down there.
Deciding to get the Lich as well. The Edict is still going. Oh, misses the stun, unfortunately. And ES is not in position for that Fissure. If that stun had hit, that would have been a double kill for that Leshrac.
Yeah, pretty damn easy. I do agree. As I notice, Ricky down here, he's going straight for a couple of break bands. They will give him a fair amount of early damage. Not sure if he really needs it. Might turn one of them into one of those new Ring of Equality, because it's a pretty damn decent item. Meanwhile, Leshrac has picked up Invis, and he's just going to wait for a little bit of mana. Actually, he's almost gone up. There we go. He's got enough now for both Split Earth as well as Edict. Oh, she's going to dive in now. Pops the Edict, just going to dive straight in. There's the Shackle. I think he's hoping. It doesn't matter. Fissure going to help him clean that up. I thought he was going to just drop a Split Earth on him, but decided, you know, didn't even need to. Meanwhile, down here, Ricky might be about to get a kill. There's that Chris over the smoke as well. Will we get the lockdown from Frostbite? And this is what I mean. Lich has to be so damn careful. As soon as Ricky gets a couple levels, gets those levels in backstab, he can really, really cause some serious damage. Because, I mean, Lich, not that much. 3 armor, it's not that much. And obviously hasn't put any levels early into his Frost armor. Although in this case, I mean, maybe he could justify it just to try and help keep Ricky off his back.
Yeah, Lich is level 6 for this Ricky. He can use that smoke, use that blink strike just to maneuver around so well. And Chen still sitting in the jungle, not doing much, about to get... He just hits level 5. He's going to get that second creep up now. And now Chen really has to get involved. Look to push down towers. Look to get us some successful games, but MSI not really using the Chen to its full potential, I feel here. Yeah,
he has been incredibly passive. He's just not even jumped out once. And I mean, they're up against pretty much... I mean, it's been a solo Windrunner pretty much the entire time. Occasionally, ES has popped up here, but he hasn't done a whole lot. And I think the only time ES has clashed with Chen has been down at the top rune, in fact, nowhere near the top lane. Meanwhile, Leshrac taking the advantage, taking the opportunity to push down the mid tower. Here's the Fissure, though, on top. Up on top of Hex as well as the net now. On top of ES, Shackle shot, though, catching both Lion and the Chen. Although Shackle's over from Rasta, going to bring down Windrunner next to those Serpent Wards. Anti-Mage now waiting in. They only lose. Actually, they might lose another hero there. There goes Earthshaker, the Mana Void, enough to bring him down. I was surprised that he was getting away there for a moment. But the Dire actually responding to him. In fact, every single Dire hero holding up to top and then fighting back.
Yeah, they needed a couple of kills and they committed a lot to it, but they did manage to get them, so that's going to be worth it. The problem is, though, now Ricky and Leshrac are looking to push down this bottom lane. Leshrac with the maxed up Edict has a double damage room for a bit longer as well, so this bottom tower in a lot of trouble. Can MSI maybe put some pressure on top tower? It doesn't actually look like they're going to do that right now. Oh no, it does. Chen is coming around from behind.
This is
He's
good.
actually smoked.
This is good. Finally, some action from Jen. Gonna come in behind these two heroes. Crystal Maiden in some serious trouble now. About to get jumped. She is very unlikely to survive. Actually, no, maybe she will. There's the Fissure. The backup from the S. She will manage to sneak away. The very well-timed Fissure. Very fortunate for Crystal Maiden that he was on hand. Now, Windrunner waiting in. The Frostbite goes down. Lich will get cleaned up before he can drop any spells down. And also, the stun's going down the Centaurs. Chen now in some serious trouble. Has been slowed by that Windrunner. Fissure gonna clean him up. And unfortunately, as soon as Chen got active, got completely shut down. I thought he was going to pull off some kills there, but Earthshaker saying no you and stopping him dead in his tracks. Of course, Fissure, such a great defensive spell.
Yeah, they didn't quite get the engagement they wanted to go on them at tower where the Anti-Mage and Line got, but because they engaged behind the tower, Anti-Mage and Line were stuck with the creep wave, unable to come in. So it ended up being a 2v3, or what should have been a 4v3. So they just rushed in a bit too soon, I feel.
Yeah, I don't think they were expecting Crystal Maiden to drop back. They probably thought she was still up by the tower, like skulking, getting ready to fight. Didn't expect to have their smoke knocked off. And they definitely weren't expecting ES to be just coming up from the, basically just coming back from base, hopping it off. But Ricky has gone for a Morbid Mask. I'm a little surprised. Normally, I have not seen anybody rush Lifesteal on Ricky.
We're going to see the Havos Mask of Madness Ricky, I feel. And Ricky at top, going on the line. Line will drop. And yeah, this is something Havos did. He did it first in Dota 1, where he got Mask Magic, and then he did it again in the Dota 2. He's done this in official matches.
Wow.
Leshrac upon him, picked up one, going to pick up a second. No, actually, Anti-Mage keeping in. He does have the ultimate, so Leshrac will take a lot of damage from that. But I don't think it's enough to kill him.
Doesn't look like he might just wait if he can get another couple of hits on him. No, decides to back off. But I suppose, yeah, he's just relying on that really early damage from the Wraith Bands. Just a couple of Wraith Bands to trade really early damage, and then go, you know what, maybe my team can provide enough lockdown that if I get an insane attack speed, I can drill someone from behind. But, of course, leaves him very squishy, so we'll see what happens. I mean, I've seen people do this in pubs, it never works out, but of course, this is a very different level of play, very organised, and that's the main thing. I mean, the reason it doesn't work in pubs, it performs horribly in pubs, is because you're Ricky. As Ricky, you can't rely on your teammates to cover you, to provide the lockdown for you, but in this case, with a coordinated team, SpaceMonkeys going to back up this Ricky, it may well work, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and he's got 600 gold. He hasn't actually bought the Master Madness yet. He could be going for a Vlad. He is going to pick up the Chen with the Fissure at top lane. Chen puts down the Sensual, but by now already being taken out. There's no backup, and Ricky will just walk away. But yeah, he could go for the Vlad if they want to look to just push as fast as possible, provide that aura there rather than go for the kills with the Diffusal. And it's now not looking good at all for MSI.
Well, let's drop to Chain Frost. It was slightly unnecessary, but they do manage to clean up Earthshaker anyway. But it looks like they're probably going to lose line as well. Ricky doesn't quite get the last hit, and the shackles go down, as I believe Anti-Mage has also blinked in on target. We're going to follow him now. No, he's decided to back off, and Ricky just fades back in Invis. However, Crystal made a little vulnerable, and Ricky managing to bring it down line there, and he might even get a second kill here on Lich. Lich, a little bit of danger, although Crystal Man gets cleaned up. And Ricky, there's his Mask of Madness. There is his Mask of Madness.
Now the fun begins for him. He's going to be quite squishy, but he's got the backup with the ES, the Leshrac, the shackle shots. Ricky walks back into a Sensual, takes quite a few blows there from that Anti-Mage, but he's not too worried.
Yeah, well, he's got a health bot on hand, so he can just heal up if necessary. They're all, and I see SpaceMonkeys now team random. Oh wow, they're pushing Iraq's tower at the moment, no response, so it is just illusions and creep. They're going to take this mid tower as well. I see mass pings on the top lane saying maybe we should go up there. I see, what is that, Crystal Man reporting back to the mid now. And Shen trying to hold this off with a Cyclone. I don't think that's going to be enough at the moment. We'll need some backup. Here they come swinging through the jungle. Are probably going to walk into Ricky. No, just sliding past him there. Mid tower still under attack. The stun goes down from Chen. Here we go. Windrunner as well. Opponent puts some damage on Shackles. Doesn't do a whole lot. Power shot. A couple more hits. Can she get it off? She does manage to. And then Wind runs out before Rasa can get in. They take the tower as well. Mech gets popped. The Hex is down on Leshrac. Leshrac pops his BKB. Pops Pulse Nova. Pops Edict. There's a lot of damage going down on Line and Lich. Lich and Line are down. And now it looks like Earthshaker might get a kill as well. Echo Slam does get War Trap though. His teammate should free him from that prison before he is in any serious danger. And really, SpaceMonkeys engaging well there on MSI. And MSI, I don't know, they did not respond well to that threat at all. I think it was pretty sloppy.
Great engagement coming from the Radiant team. They're just using they picked well, they played well, using the Fissure, the shackle shots, and they're just backing each other, whereas MSI are just a bit all over the place. And they don't seem to be adjusting to the Dota 2 meta game, or even just the natural feel of the game. They're not quite their usual dominant selves. Back in Dota 1, they were the team to go out for. They are the team who currently are probably one of the most consistent and well-performing teams. But here in Dota 2, not having the best time.
So maybe it's time for some new blood. We'll see. We'll see. Meanwhile, Chen throwing down some more. Actually, that's an Ob's Ward there. Thought he might be about to throw it down. And this is useful if they're trying to push the top lane. Just gives them a lot of vision. They're trying to push that mid lane. Just tells them where the enemies are and whether or not they want to try and engage when someone pushes up a little bit too far. I think someone is saying, I think they might be asking for a counter ward up. It looks like there's yellow pinging. They want to go over there. Meanwhile, down the bottom lane, Ricky's sitting. He goes for the smoke, pops the Mask of Madness. Don't think he's going to do enough damage though. Anti-Mage actually opting to fight him for a bit. He does have Brass to back him up. And Ricky, look at that damage. Oh, taking a lot of damage there from that shock. Meanwhile, possible engagement up top. Yes, here we go. Earthshaker going down. Crystal Man now needs to retreat. The Hex goes down on a creep. Oh, that's a bit of a misclick there. Meanwhile, in the jungle, a Shrek running down Chen. Getting destroyed, just way too many fights erupting all at once. Lich now in some trouble. No, Chen. Not Chen. Leshrac going after Lion instead. Shackle nowhere near that target. Even with some crazy angles, it's got Chen getting a godlike. Oh dear. And I've got to say, the Radiant lineup at the moment, the Die lineup at the moment, are not adapting. Like, they're not really able to deal with this BKB Chen. With this BK, I keep calling him Chen. He's on a horse, effectively.
Yeah, like,
no, it's Leshrac. It's Leshrac.
I'm a bit tired. I'm like, I think he said Chen, but maybe I'm...
No.
Things up. But no, Leshrac is going to push the top tier 2 tower now with that EV. And SpaceMonkeys are just looking very, very solid, in control of this game. They're just going to keep taking tower by tower, maybe go for Roche here, but they've done a great job shutting down the Antimates, getting up all their core items as Leshrac, BKB, Blink Dagger on EF, Windrunner with the mech, has a 4-star soon, Ricky, Mask of Madness, and Tread.
I honestly don't know about the Mask of Madness. I don't know if they're doing it just to troll the crap out of MSI, or they're doing it because it legitimately works well. Honestly,
I think they're doing it somewhat legitimately. If the game was closer, they'd go to Diffusal, but they've obviously seen maybe Havost and Na'Vi use it. It's not just Na'Vi. I think Kuroki did it one game as well. In the defense.
Kurok or Kuroki?
Kuroki.
Okay. Yep.
Kuroki.
Yep.
I don't know exactly how you say it. Not the American player, the German one.
Yeah.
He did it in game with Panzer, I think in the defense.
Ah, okay.
So it's been done by a few players, because whenever it happened, I've always got thrown like, oh, why would you get Mask of Madness? And all the viewers are like, oh, Mask of Madness, so much fun, such a good item, and yeah. We're going to see Ricky do some scouting out, find Lion and Chen, maybe going to look up to use this Mask of Madness.
Yeah, well, he's putting to work there. Down goes Lion. Chen also in some serious trouble. That smoke and fissure causing all sorts of havoc for them. And I think they know that there's a ward up there as well, that counter ward is spawning up. I don't know if they really care that much. And yeah, I mean, this lineup right now just cannot deal with the early BKB on Leshrac. Just pretty much just anti-mage to try and fight him, maybe the servant warlords, but Leshrac is just tearing his way through this fight, just going wherever he pleases, causing all sorts of havoc. And he's even picked up another Mystic. He's picked up a Mystic Staff, so it looks like he's working towards a Hex as well, possibly. Will really help deal with that Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage actually still building towards the battlefield. He was going for the farm build. Gets frostbitten though. Gets cleaned up by Mass Dukes. I was expecting smoke. Didn't even need it. The mass firepower there from the Radiant, enough to destroy that Anti-Mage. Let's actually look at his skill build. And yeah, he was delaying Spell Shield and his Blink a bit, but I mean, in the lane he was in, it was viable, I think, just because. Although Lich about to clean up a power shot, because I mean he was up against the solo Windrunner the entire time, as the Windrunner gets a double kill there. And it looks like the Radiant Gods are just going to try and push down this mid tower. There is not much contesting at the moment.
The Edict, they've got them back, and they're going to go. It beats the Splint ulti, it takes Shadow Shaman and Lion, and the fissure goes down on Chen. Chen the only one still can, the routes will get focused down, and this has been a very routine game for SpaceMonkeys, I feel. MSI, they've tried to put up a fight, but there hasn't been much fight in them, and SpaceMonkeys proven to be the better team today.
Yeah, well, this, of course, is actually the first of 3 games for SpaceMonkeys. I think they've got a pretty full schedule tonight. I'm pretty sure they've got 3 games tonight, so they've got 2 more to come from them. But they are completely obliterating. It's 27-7 at the moment, so bring up... Yeah, it's already 16k advantage, like a 16,000 advantage. At this point, 18 minutes of the game, Lich now just getting destroyed by Riki, just jumping all over his backside and having his way with him. And Anti-Mage probably about to get ganked. Earthshaker moving out, so is Windrunner. Probably going to see Earthshaker jump him, try and hurt him back. Oh no, Windrunner actually going to go for the front. Going to attack from the front, try and get him to blink back into, the Earthshaker. Although it looks like he's just going to blink into the trees and then teleport the hell out. Meanwhile, Riki just sort of being Oh, a bit of the arse bandit here, just wandering around looking for free kills. He's found another one. There's a Rasta. Will he get a jump off? No, gets hexed. Rasta opting to get the hell out. Ricky now super speedy, of course. He's got that Yasher as well, and along with the movement speed buff. And look, there he goes, just leaps. I don't know what Rasta was doing there. Should have known that was coming. Shen now going for the chain stuns. He's about to die though as soon as his stuns wear off. Yep, there we go. I think Shen just stood there, sat there. Alright, I'm screwed. I'm screwed. Just gonna...
Nice micro. Time those stuns well, but it didn't really matter.
A light as well. Ricky, triple kill. Oh, the last bandit. He does that. Crystal Maiden going toe-to-toe with Lich. Lich about to get killed yet again by Ricky. Ricky on an ultra kill. Can he make it 5? Anti-Mage is up again. Actually, Anti-Mage hasn't died. Anti-Mage is teleporting back. Oh, which that's Chen there. Respawning. I noticed a little pink thing fly across the screen. I think Chen's just gone, screw this crap. Yeah, alright. MSI, they've said screw it. Rasta now ward trapping there, the Chen.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Alright, so yeah, pretty much MSI have called GG at this moment, which I can't honestly blame them. They're getting destroyed right about now. So, this has been it. SpaceMonkeys, first of 3 games. Well, they're off to a good start. Let me just try and... Well, guys, I don't know if you want to bring up the extra matches that we've got tonight. I'm pretty sure SpaceMonkeys have 3 matches tonight. If you want to call out the next 2 that they've got coming up, because of course we'll jump to the next one. I think we're kind of behind schedule, aren't we?
We're only about 5-10 minutes behind schedule now, so luckily these 2 quick games have helped with that. Next match is going to be SpaceMonkeys up against MUFC, and then we've got SpaceMonkeys against Orange. So the rest of this evening is an all-Malaysian affair. We've got SpaceMonkeys against 2 other Malaysian teams. It was, I believe, MUFC who they lost, who beat SpaceMonkeys back in the Razor Doji tournament, so they're going to be out for a full revenge there.
I don't know if they're blaming Chen, because I mean they seem to be pretty pissed at Chen. They've ward trapped Chen, they've denied all of his creep in the fountain. I know there's a bit of a blame game happening here, but it seems like everybody's picking on Chen, making fun of him. He was pretty passive though, I guess, but I don't know if it's really, you know, blame Chen, or if they're just having some fun, waiting for this match to end. I mean, they could call GG, but they decided not to, so... It's sort of just wasting time faffing about, but alright. Alright, there is that. But Ricky again, finds the anti-mage. Doesn't even have a chance to escape there. He's sitting on 4.6. What is this? He just go and buy some Eagle songs because he can. Should go and do that. The Shrek now busy, about to fountain dive. Here we go, takes down the Rasta. Gonna go open the fountain. Or might not even need to. Chen gonna get cleaned up there, the mass nukes, and now Lich as well, about to die a horrible painful death, except he's lucky. He's had a lucky break. Chen has, again, Leshrak has run out of mana. Why do I call it? I don't know. I don't know why. It's just my mind says Leshrak is Chen. It sees the E, it sees the E, the H, and the C. It says that's Chen. That must be that Chen there. Stupid brain. And oh, Ricky getting hexed. It looks like I don't think I've seen Lion use Finger of Death once this match so far. 4 shots there on the Lich.
Here we go. He's got Master Madness on. That's when you want to use that finger, when he's cast on Master Madness. You take bonus damage.
Or he could just die.
Yeah, we'll clean him up. And the throne will go down. And then SpaceMonkeys with their first win of the Gigabyte Go-To Masters, their first game. They've got 2 more coming up tonight, as we're going to get right into those, hopefully without too much further delay.
Okay, so yeah, well, I mean, no more Filipino teams. We should be on time, unless anybody else wants to pretend they're Filipino, and yeah, delay things massively. So guys, stay tuned. It's Gods and Triumph, man, casting the Gigabyte Dota Masters tournament. We will be back shortly with another match.